Eleanor, do you have a moment? Carol, what's going on? Actually, I have something to tell you. What is it? Yesterday, when I passed by your house, I noticed your yard was full of weeds. As a daughter-in-law, shouldn't you take better care of the house? Oh, I'm sorry. I've been aware of it, but I've been so busy with work lately that I haven't had the time. Being busy is just an excuse. As a daughter-in-law, it's natural to prioritize the household chores, right? If the house is a mess, it affects my reputation too. You're right. I'll take care of it as soon as possible. Also, I saw you coming back from shopping yesterday with a lot of grocery bags. Do you really need to buy that much at once? Yes, I buy in bulk so I don't have to go shopping multiple times. Oh my, that's so sloppy. Isn't it your duty as a daughter-in-law to buy fresh ingredients and cook every day? But it's more efficient to buy everything at once when I have time. Efficiency isn't something a housewife should worry about. Your role is to provide fresh meals for the family every day. I see. I'll be more careful from now on. And one more thing. Yesterday, I saw the leftovers from the dinner you made. What are you going to do with so much leftover food? It's very wasteful. I made extra portions for my husband, but he ended up eating out unexpectedly. That's just an excuse. You should plan properly to avoid waste. If you can't do that, you're failing as a housewife. But Carol, sometimes sudden changes in plans are unavoidable, and sometimes I make a little extra. That never happened in my younger days. You need to try harder. I understand, but it would help if you could be a little more understanding. There's no need for understanding. You just need to listen to what I say and do it properly. That will benefit the family. Yes, Carol, I understand. I'll do my best. Also, I have one more request. What is it? My friends are going to visit me. I'd like to serve some homemade sweets you've made. Could you prepare them in advance and keep them in the fridge? I understand. Please let me know the date. You really repeat yourself a lot. I said there's no need for me to tell you that, didn't I? Huh? But if I don't know the date, I can't make the sweets. I want to serve the freshest possible. Fine. I'll message you on WhatsApp when it's decided. Is that okay? Eleanor, I have a favor to ask. Is that all right? I mean, of course, you have to accept it. Carol, what's the favor? I'm sure you'll do me a favor. This Sunday, I'm thinking of hosting a home party with some friends. A home party? Yes. Actually, I'm planning to invite about 20 friends this Sunday. Could you help me a little? Your homemade sweets are very popular, so I'd like you to prepare a variety of sweets for that day. Everyone is looking forward to it. What? I want to have an all-you-can-eat sweets buffet. I want you to prepare a lot of different types so everyone can eat as much as they want. Everyone is very excited about the homemade sweets. Huh? You want me to hand-make sweets for a buffet for 20 people? That's right. Baking is your hobby, isn't it? And your new house has such a big kitchen and even an industrial fridge, so you should make use of those facilities. So I thought I'd leave the party preparations to you, considering your skills and equipment. Oh, and please prepare tea and coffee too. Make sure everything is perfect so everyone will be satisfied. Sorry, but I can't do it that day. Why not? Actually, there's a coworker's wedding that day. I'll be busy with preparations the day before, and I won't have time to make sweets. A wedding is an important event, so I really need to prioritize that. Oh, I see. But I'm not asking you to do everything on the day of the party. If you can prepare everything before that day, it should be fine. You should be able to manage it before you leave for the wedding, right? I'm asking you because I believe you can do it. Well, you see, this wedding is a handmade wedding and we're all preparing together. I'll be busy with the preparations the day before. Also, a buffet-style, all-you-can-eat sweets party, that means a lot of sweets, doesn't it? Making that many sweets by myself is really difficult. Well, yes, but I'm asking you because I believe you can do it. I'm sorry, but it's really impossible. Could you buy something from the store instead? What are you talking about? I've already told my friends we're having a party with your homemade sweets. Are you trying to embarrass me? You're not allowed to say no. This is unreasonable. You have no right to refuse me. A daughter-in-law must listen to her mother-in-law. Prioritizing my requests is what you should be doing above all else. If you can't do that, you're failing in your role as a daughter-in-law. Even if you say that, impossible things are still impossible. Instead of wasting time arguing, you should start gathering the ingredients for the sweets. Time is limited, so you should start as soon as possible. I'm saying it's impossible. I already have plans for that day. Well, I'm counting on you. You know what you need to do, so make sure you do it well. Carol, can I ask you something? Carol! What is it? You're so noisy. Did you enter our house again? I've told you many times not to come in without permission. Don't say such things that make me sound like a bad person. I just went into my son's house. Is there a problem with a mother coming to her son's house? And since you weren't there, I just came to check on the house. How did you get in when I didn't give you a spare key? I never imagined you would come in without permission. I found a spare key and took it. You didn't give me a spare key, so I had no choice. I didn't mean any harm. You took it without asking? That's definitely harmful. That's entering our house without permission. And why didn't you let me know in advance? Why did you do such a thing? It's your fault for not giving me a spare key. Isn't it natural for a mother to come and enter freely to her son's house? As a family member, you should trust me more. Was it you who took the cakes from the fridge? Those were special cakes. Why would you do that? Oh, that! You kept saying it was impossible to prepare, but you ended up getting it done. I guess I can give you some credit for that. But just having cakes, don't you think it lacks variety? Excuse me? What are you talking about? There were a few kinds, but I told my friends, my daughter-in-law changed it to a cake buffet without asking. When you meet my friends, make sure you apologize properly. They were really looking forward to it, so you should apologize to them. Wait a minute. So you took the cakes from the fridge for your home party with your friends, is that it? That's a problem. Those cakes were special. Yes, that's right. We all ate the fancy cakes from the fridge. You ate all of it already? Yes, they were prepared for us, so it's only natural we ate them. Eating for free is the best. This is terrible. What? Those cakes weren't prepared for your request. They had a special meaning. I can't believe you took them without asking. What are you talking about? There's no way those cakes could be for anything other than my home party. Naturally, I thought they were for my party. And I didn't think you'd make that many cakes, so I took them without knowing anything. But those were the wedding cakes for today's wedding. What? Wedding cakes? What do you mean? There was a large whole cake and many sliced cakes in the fridge, right? They were all for the wedding. Yesterday, my coworkers and I spent hours preparing them with care. I can't believe you took those cakes we worked so hard on without permission. Why would those be at your home? Normally, you wouldn't keep wedding cakes at home, right? The wedding is this afternoon, and we're using the company's conference room. Since our house is within walking distance, we stored all the cakes in our industrial fridge. I can't believe you took them without knowing. I just went out to do some shopping. When I came back, this happened. Oh my God, what have you done? Because of you, the wedding was almost ruined. I didn't know. I didn't think they were such important cakes, and we've already eaten them all, so don't complain now. You can't undo something that's already been eaten, right? So it's too late to complain. What are you saying? That's not an excuse. We're about to enter the art museum now. I don't want to waste time on this. I'm turning off my phone. Bye. Wait, Carol. Unbelievable. This is just too much. Eleanor, what's going on? Are you trying to harass me? What an unreasonable daughter-in-law you are. Hey, at least answer the phone. Is this your doing? What is the meaning of this? Eleanor! What is it? What's with this invoice? Oh yes, I'm billing you $3,500 for the cakes. What? Is it for the cakes? I believe it's written in the breakdown section. If you check the details, you'll understand. $3,500 for cakes is ridiculous. That's way too much. Are you trying to rip me off? I can't believe you're asking for that much money. They even said they were giving you a low estimate. Considering the circumstances, it's a reasonable amount. What? Are you serious? First of all, the cakes you ate while saying all-you-can-eat sweets buffet were for 68 people. Do you understand how much time and effort it took to make that amount? 68 people? Were there really that many cakes? Yes, that's the number of people who attended the wedding. Those cakes were handmade by my coworkers and me in my kitchen. The fruits used for decoration were quite expensive, and they were for the wedding. But still, $3,500? That's way too much, no matter how you look at it. Please, listen to me. You mistakenly thought the cakes were for you, and you and your friends ate all 68 portions. It's quite impressive that 20 women could eat so much. The immediate problem was how to deal with the wedding cakes being eaten before the wedding. Canceling the wedding because of this would have been unreasonable. Unreasonable? Watch your tone. Are you in a position to say such things? What? I'll continue. First, the whole cake for the cake cutting ceremony, our CEO contacted an acquaintance who is a pastry chef. By sheer luck, they managed to make a wedding cake from extra sponge cakes and decoration materials they had prepared for another large order. Even so, it wasn't enough for 68 people, so my coworkers and I ran around the city's bakeries to gather enough cakes for everyone. The cost of these additional cakes is included in the $3,500. What? It sounds like it worked out, so there's no problem. But because of that, I had to spend the whole day apologizing. I had to take responsibility and apologize for the problem you caused. Oh, so you're admitting you were at fault. Then I don't understand why you're billing me for the cakes. I apologized because it was something my mother-in-law caused. Everyone said I wasn't to blame given the circumstances. What? The wedding didn't get canceled, so it's fine. What are you talking about? The fact remains that the root cause was you. Wait a minute. And the bride and groom this time were my respected supervisors. So we really wanted to celebrate with our handmade cakes. We wanted it to be a smooth and joyful wedding celebration, but you ruined that for us. We're asking you to cover just the cost of the cakes. You should be thankful, not complaining." "What? Even after all this, you still don't understand. No matter what I say, you refuse to listen. In the first place, you're the biggest cause because you didn't act for my sake. If you had prioritized my request even a little, this wouldn't have happened." "Huh? Wait a minute, that's completely unreasonable." "If you had made the sweets for the home party as I asked from the start, none of this would have happened. You ruined my plans, so it's all your fault. I wouldn't have made a mistake, so you are the cause of everything. It's your fault for not listening to your mother-in-law and acting on your own. You should bear all the losses that resulted from that. Therefore, you should pay the $3,500 as punishment for ignoring my requests. It's only fair." How can you even come up with such an outrageous thought? Your statements are unbelievably self-centered. "What did you say? You're calling me self-centered? You have no right to say that." "Oh, and there's one more thing I need to tell you." "What is it now?" "Actually, the bride at this wedding is not only my supervisor, but also the granddaughter of your husband's mentor." "What? My husband's? Is that true?" "Yes. Your husband was greatly indebted to this mentor during his student days. I was also surprised when I heard about this unexpected connection." "So, my husband knows about the cakes. What are we going to do?" "He came home earlier and I told him what happened. He then immediately called his mentor in a panic. He's currently apologizing on the phone right now." "Oh no, that's a problem." "He also said on the phone that he would visit to apologize properly later with you. So you will have to apologize with him." "What? Why me?" "Do you still insist that this isn't your fault? It's clear that you are the cause." "Well, Eleanor, I have a favor to ask." "What is it?" "Can't we somehow make it seem like this was your fault? I don't want to admit that I did anything wrong." "What? Are you serious?" "Can't we just say that you forgot my request for the sweets and prioritize the wedding cake instead or something?" "Carol, that's not possible. No one will believe such a lie." "Come on! There must be some way to spin this." "Your husband is also reading this WhatsApp chat." "What? Why did you do that?" "He's letting out a big sigh and seems quite exasperated. And your friends who ate the cakes with you have apologized sincerely." "What? They apologized?" "Yes, they are gathered here now. They're all worried about you." "What? Why?" "My co-worker's mother-in-law is one of your friends, and she was so shocked by the story that she contacted everyone. It shows just how much of an impact your actions had on everyone around you. Your husband is heading to your home now and wants to discuss the future. You two need to have a serious talk." "The future? What should I do?" "Carol, you can't escape from this situation anymore. You need to have a serious discussion with your husband about the future. First, you need to apologize properly, and then think about the next steps." "This can't be happening. How did it come to this?" "Because your actions caused this. It's only natural you take responsibility. This is a chance to reflect on your behavior. So please, take care of the payment." Afterward, Carol got a severe scolding from my father-in-law. He vented all his accumulated frustrations, leaving her speechless and unable to respond. Despite the lecture, she did not change her attitude, which finally made my father-in-law lose his temper. He decided to divorce her and announced it right there. Carol was left all alone. Even then, she refused to admit her fault, spending her days in anger and sadness. Unable to withstand the cold stares from those around her, she eventually retreated to her rural hometown. In her hometown, rumors about her actions spread, and she became known as the woman who bullied her daughter-in-law and ate the wedding cake, leading to her complete isolation. We decided to start anew with my father-in-law, supporting him in his new life. By deciding to divorce Carol, he finally regained control of his life and began to enjoy peaceful days.
Emily, hey, I heard from your mother. Your grandfather is in danger.
Why did she tell you about him?
Not directly, but I heard it from Tyler yesterday. Since you're always helping out at your parents' house, he was complaining that you haven't done the housework at your home. Is everything all right?
I see.
I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather. You're about to have a baby. You're going to miss him.
Winoma, you're thinking too seriously. My grandfather is in the hospital, and it's not like his life is in danger. Can you stop speaking like that? It makes me sad.
Oh, no offense, okay? LOL. I'm just worried. I misspoke a little bit. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, you only wanted to talk about Tyler? Is there anything else? I'm sorry, I'm busy right now.
Don't worry. I'm texting because I have something I want to ask you. Did you think that I texted you to chat with you? Would I? Of course not, LOL.
Right. How can I help you?
Okay. I wanted to talk about your return to your hometown. I'm assuming it's hard under your current circumstances, so you should have the baby near my house.
What? Why?
Originally, I thought it wasn't a good idea for you to go back to your hometown. You got married to my son, and you're going to have the baby at your parents' place? You're our family now, aren't you? And with your condition, I'm sure there's a lot to deal with. Your mother will have a lot of work to do with the funeral, too.
Winoma.
Oh my gosh! Sorry again, LOL. I tend to speak my mind when it comes to things I'm not really interested in. I'm just getting ahead of myself. I didn't mean to offend you, okay?
No, it's malicious enough. I'll tell my father and mother about this.
Huh? Why?
I noticed that there are many things you have said that have been bothering me from the beginning. But this time, you're making a lot of foolish comments about my grandfather, who has been very kind to me. Not just making fun of him, but rude remarks, over and over again.
Hey, wait! I didn't mean to offend you. You're the one who is taking offense at me.
Whether you did it on purpose or not, I'll tell them. And my parents have already agreed to have the baby there, so nothing to be worried about. I'm going back to my parents' house to give birth.
Wait a minute! I thought you're going through a hard time, so I was concerned about you. And what's with that attitude? You're wasting my kindness. This is too much.
A mother-in-law who calls a person who hasn't died a deceased person. An idiot husband who won't help a pregnant wife and just complains to his mother at his parents' house. I don't want to give birth surrounded by people like that. I'd rather be with my father and mother who are busy but say I can come over and raise my child with them. Isn't this natural for a human being?
How rude! You really don't know what it's like to be a wife. No wonder Tyler is complaining.
You were the one who told me first. I cannot forgive you for what you did this time. Even though I'm a wife of your son, there are things you can say and things you shouldn't say. I was supposed to leave in a month, but I'm going back to my parents' house from tomorrow. I don't want to see you for a while.
What? Huh? Emily? That's not gonna happen, is it?
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, Emily! Why are you so angry?
My name is Emily,
I'm a pregnant woman who has just entered the last month of pregnancy. While I was working until the very last minute of my maternity leave, my grandfather, whom I love very much, was going to be hospitalized. While my mother was there to help my grandfather, I went to cook for my father, who is really bad at housework. He was going to do his best to cook himself because it was an emergency, but when he told me that he couldn't cook anything edible, I decided to visit him twice a week to help him out. In other words, I didn't go out so much that I would slack off my housework. And yet, he is complaining about me? Since my mother-in-law was rude to my grandfather, I lost my patience and replied angrily like this. But it was a good opportunity for me to start thinking they were up to something. Emily, can you pick up the phone now? I need to talk to you. I'm sorry, not right now. I'm a little busy. What are you doing? Are you being lazy back home? It's already noon. Such a lazy lady. That's why I was against returning home. And? What? What is it? Well, let me make it quick. I'm going to your grandfather's funeral today. I have to do my part as your mother-in-law. Could you tell your mother that I'm coming? What? Why? It's a family funeral. You're my son's wife, so we're family too. We don't really have to attend, but we have no choice. We're relatives. If that's how you feel, then you don't have to come. You guys are indeed the mother and the son. Tyler said the same thing to me, so I didn't invite him either. What? Is it true? Tyler said you told him not to come, so I thought he was lying this time. I doubt your common sense. Same to you. I can't believe he'd be arrogant and say, I can be there like that. I can't let him go to Grandpa's funeral. I feel sorry for him. What are you doing? Tyler is your husband. Not inviting him to the funeral? Are you insane? No, my father and mother agreed too. You don't have to come. I've shown them all the messages. What? Now you understand. You don't have to come either. Or rather, I don't want you to go. Hey, that's not very nice, is it? I can't go, so I can't take care of you guys. I can't keep an eye on you, and unleashing a beast of prey like yourselves at the funeral is not a good idea. What? Wait a minute. You're not going to the funeral? It seems like my labor has started since yesterday, so I'm in the hospital right now. That's why I can't go. Hey! You're a wife of my son's. You can't just skip the funeral. Tell them what happened and attend the funeral right now. What are you talking about? I'm in labor. I can't go even if I wanted to. Unlike you who can go even if you don't want to. What's that? You talk like we're the bad ones. You'll get cursed, you stupid wife. Why don't you say something? And why didn't you inform us when you're in that situation? If you're going to have a baby, let us know. You're so bad at everything. Hey! Hey! Are you listening to me? Hey, Emily. It's been almost a month. Are you coming back already? What is it all of a sudden? I was just thinking if you would take more time to rest and then come back. Well, how about 6 months or more? Or you can stay there for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about us at all, LOL. Huh? What's going on? Tyler said something that made me happy. He said he wishes to stay with me forever. But you don't want to live with me, do you? You mean we live together? That's right. It's impossible, isn't it? You told him that you absolutely don't want to live with me through text yesterday, right? Yes, that's right. I mean, you're checking on your son's phone? That's disgusting. He shows it to me because we're close. So, what are you going to do? Are you coming back? Are you staying there? Make it quick. Well, I was planning on staying for another month. If you want me to stay longer, then I'll stay here. You're up to something, aren't you? You're exaggerating. I was just trying to say, if you don't agree to him, why don't you just stay separated? Wouldn't that be better for you two? Oh, I see. Besides, you must be going through a lot, right? I'll take care of my son, so you relax. Isn't this a great idea? Just the other day, you were saying you wanted to see your grandson, but you've changed your mind so quickly. I'm surprised. Oh, really? Well, if you want to live with me, then I don't mind. Oh, you're not going to say anything? Well, good luck raising your child. Fine. Then I'll stay here for now. I'll go pick up my stuff there. What? Of course. I have some things at home that I bought for my child. I'll have to bring them. I have minimum things here, so I'll go get them. Wait a minute. When will you come? Tomorrow. And I'll go get all my stuff too. The house will be clean too. Wait. Then tell me what time you'll be here. By 4 p.m.? Okay. Well, I'll let him know. Okay. Winoma, can I ask you something? What is it? What's wrong with you from the morning? I'm busy. My stuff is missing. Do you know where they are? I can't leave without them. What? You're back home? Yes, I am. So where did my stuff go? You were acting weird since yesterday. Were you trying to hide this? Ugh. Fine. The truth is, I was actually going to get rid of the baby stuff you bought by noon today. What? What are you talking about? It's simple. LOL. I threw them out. I threw away your stuff as soon as you went back to your parents' house. You weren't planning on coming back anyway, were you? You threw them out? Without asking me? You see, when I lose my temper, I don't know what I'm going to do, LOL. And I lost my temper with your attitude about your grandfather. I was so pissed off, so I threw your stuff away. What are you doing? And you even tried to throw away my baby stuff? I can't believe it. I don't want any of your belongings. I was going to put those in the recycle store since they could be sold. I still have a reason for this one, right? I don't understand. It's your fault for not being a good wife. Did you regret the attitude you took? But it's too late. You knew I have this kind of personality, right? This is all your fault. You're too selfish. And yet you are a mother who raised a child before? Yeah, Tyler said the same thing as well. When you said you wouldn't attend the funeral, we thought you were insane. You want me to go to a funeral when I'm in labor? Nobody can. It's not a big deal, but it's too late now. We don't need a wife who skips her grandpa's funeral. We want someone with proper manners and etiquette. I'm sorry, LOL. Tyler and I are the ones who want to sigh. I really feel sorry for him. Oh, that's right. Tyler asked me to tell you something this evening. I've thrown away your stuff, so don't come back. LOL. I see. Then I guess it wasn't just you who threw away my stuff. Not only you, but he also did. That's right. Your husband left you. Too bad. You guys are getting divorced. Well, you said you didn't want to live together, so you deserve it. Regret what you did. I see. I understand. Then can you explain me this situation? Huh? What do you mean? I'm asking about naked husband lying with unknown woman at home. What is this all about? Oh. It sounds like you knew about the affair. Please wait a moment. Please, listen to me. I only wanted to help Tyler. Please, you have to convince my husband. Oh, about the divorce, right? I'm fine with that. Too bad. I'm in trouble. I'm being divorced and kicked out of the house. That's crazy. I only helped him because he wanted to get divorced. Hey, what you're doing is crazy. You're the one who's leaving. Where would you find a parent who accepts her son's affair? You're crazy as a mother and as a person. Huh? What kind of parent would support an affair? And yet you accept her because she agreed to live with you, right? No, that's your misunderstanding. That's what your son said. He said he thought you'd be happier with a woman who could live with you. I cringed at that mommy boy who messes things up. Thank God we're divorced. Don't blame him. It's not his fault. Please, I'll make him stop having an affair. You don't have to divorce him, so please, help me. I've always noticed how much she loves our son, but I can't believe she would go this far. I'm so disappointed in her. This is the message from your husband. I agree with him. Huh? My husband? Why? He just came to my parents' house to apologize. He said he would support me on the divorce. In exchange, he's the only one who will be allowed to have regular visits with my child. Otherwise, I would feel too sorry for him. Yeah, that's right. Let me see my grandson. My sweet, sweet grandson. You are not allowed. He'll grow up to be the kind of person who cooperates in affairs. Hey, you can't. And divorcing is my decision. As for you, you helped him having an affair, so I'll ask you to take some kind of responsibility. Understood? What? Wait, why do I have to? You're lying, right? You voluntarily cooperated with him. Of course you're guilty. I'm going to ask Tyler too. Wait a minute. That's pathetic for me and Tyler. Don't you feel anything? No, I don't. Why would I? Well, those two told me they'll break up so as not to get mad while they are naked. That will not be accepted. No. Have you lost your heart? I don't have any feelings towards you guys. And my belongings? It seems like you didn't throw them away. I found them in the storage trunk. I'm relieved about that. Yeah, well, I'm glad you found it. I heard from him. It's just that you handled it so badly that a few things are damaged. Like brand name things and figures that I collected. Damaged? It was worth about $20,000, so I'll ask you to pay for them. $20,000? That's too much! Don't underestimate the figures. That's the amount of money for properly verifiable ones. Well, your husband paid on your behalf, but please pay him back. You're lying! Then I can't get back with him. Probably no. At least not until it's paid off. You'll have to pay a lot of money, LOL. I'm sorry! I apologize! Everything I've done was on purpose. I admit it. So forgive me. I don't know how I can pay you that much money. Who cares? I have nothing to talk to you, so if you'll excuse me. I'm also going to block you. If you want to reach me, ask my lawyer. I don't want anything to do with you people ever again. Oh no! Wait, Emily! I blocked Winoma's phone and Tyler's as well, and completely shut out every way to contact me. I don't even want to hear their voice anymore. Later, I had my lawyer to get child support from them, and then the divorce was finalized successfully. Winoma is secretly called a mother-in-law who accepts her son's affair by neighbors. Tyler was demoted after the company found out about the affair. I think he deserves it because he did such a thing. I am struggling to raise my child at home, but I am planning to go back to work in a year. It's a lot of work, but my parents are getting settled, so I would like to rely on them a little and do my best.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second? I heard you're getting married. Is it true? Yes, it's true. I see. Is it with Andrew? Yeah. I knew it. You've been dating since college. What about it? Well, this is kind of hard to say. What? What's wrong? Can you cancel the marriage? I'm sorry. What? Why? You texted me out of nowhere, and what the hell is that? Because I want to marry him. Wait, what do you mean? You mean you liked him too? I'm surprised. Not like I like him, I mean, we are in love with each other. In love with each other. But Andrew is my boyfriend and my fiancé. So what? We didn't need a name for a relationship. Because we love each other, you know? Gabrielle, what are you talking about? I don't understand. You're a peaceful girl, so you probably haven't noticed, but we've been together since college. It's a little too late to tell you this, but... You were dating with Andrew? Wait, but I've been with him since college too. In easy words, he was cheating on you. Surprising, huh? Andrew, he was... You're kidding, right? Don't lie to me. There's no way I would say something like this if it was a lie or a joke. I have plenty of proof. We once went on a trip without telling you. He came to my house after your date, and we even spent a night together after seeing you. No way, that's not possible. Andrew would never do such a thing. Believe it or not, it's true. Isn't that frustrating? Isn't it sad? This can't be. You haven't married him yet, right? Then can you give him to me? I think it's better to keep it as a flesh wound. I don't really care if I'm being cheated. Wait a minute, I'm really confused. I'll talk it over with him. That's fine, but you have to come to a decision as soon as possible. I've been putting up with you being the second girlfriend, so at least give him to me in the end. That day we discussed it at his parents' house. His parents were both looking awkward, but he was like, "Oh, you found out," and being happy-go-lucky guy. I realized that we were over. There was no way I could be happy if I married someone like this. In the end, we called off the engagement. A few months later, I heard that he and Gabrielle got married. Hey there, how are you doing? I hope you're happy. Oops, of course you're not. Why not? I'm fine. Oh, well, that's good. I have my first child. It's the happiest thing in the world to have a child from someone you love. You can congratulate me by giving me money. Congratulations. But isn't it too brazen to steal your fiancé and then beg for a gift of money to celebrate? I've never heard of that case before. Are you still holding on to the past? That was a long time ago. Forget about it. Hey, it's only been a year. I don't think it was that long ago. So what about you? Me? A woman who lost her fiancé all alone and lonely. Are you suffering? Is it painful? Oh God, I was so happy that I accidentally told you my updates. Forgive me. Thank you for your concern. I'm super fine. Oh my, don't pretend to be. If you're lonely, just tell me you're lonely. I'll let you take care of my baby if you want. He's really cute. No, thank you. You're just being stubborn even though you miss him. But after a year, you've at least got a boyfriend, right? I do have. What's he like? Well, I can imagine without asking. I bet he's not that good. I mean, he's not my boyfriend. We're married. Huh? Married? Yeah. Wait, did the shock of breaking off the engagement make you crazy? You didn't have to decide so quickly. I'm starting to feel sorry for you. I wasn't in a rush to make a decision, but my boss heard about the broken engagement and suggested a blind date, and things went on very quickly from there. I'm glad I met someone nice. Your boss introduced you a guy? What kind of nasty, bald, fat old man did he introduce you to? He's a nice guy around same age as me. Huh? Don't tell me easy lies. You don't have to hide it just because you're embarrassed. A blind date set up by boss at work is just a bald, fat old man who has no one to get him, right? He's not bald and he's not fat. Our ages are close too. Yeah. They say love is blind, right? That's how you see him, huh? I'm glad you're happy. To me, you look like a poor girl who got married by compromising. Mind your own business. Leave me alone. No matter how many months have passed, she still has the same personality. I don't want to have anything to do with people like this as much as possible. But just when I was thinking like that, I got unwittingly involved again. There was another text. Hey, you married someone from my husband's company? Oh yeah, right. And a trading company? Yeah, that's right. What about it? Could it be the head of HR? Nah, of course not. But when my husband was saying something bad about you at work, the HR manager came out and said, "What's wrong with my wife?" So, the manager got it wrong, huh? He's right. He's right? He was telling the truth. My husband is the HR manager at N Trading Company. Seriously? Seriously, he's the human resources manager of N Trading Company? That's what I said. So what about it? But you were introduced to bald fat man by your boss. Why would he be the head of HR? That's just your own interpretation. I told you I married a nice guy around same age as me. No one said a bald fat man. But that's just your fantasy. How can you be so sure? Don't assume that it was a fantasy. Is it true? Are you serious? Did you really marry the head of HR? That elite nice-looking guy? I don't know much about the company, but I fell in love at first sight, so I do think he's cool. You know what I'm talking about. You should tell me that kind of thing first. What? About what? That you married the head of HR. Thanks to you, you embarrassed me. Huh? What kind of embarrassment? Why are you embarrassed? You know, this and that. This and that? I don't understand. There are some circumstances here too. Oh, the rumor you were saying to your neighbors? My neighbors? What was it? My husband's ex-wife was ugly and poor. A woman with no common sense and no education because she grew up with a single parent, right? That's a terrible thing to say. How did you know? I heard. You've been spreading a very bad rumor, haven't you? Oh no, wait. This is misunderstanding. What am I misunderstanding? You said so, didn't you? That's what I heard. What can I say? This is... I'm sorry, it's some kind of mistake, so please don't tell the manager. I don't ever want him to know. That's impossible, because my husband told me this rumor. He knew about it? Yes. When he went to his coworker's house, he heard the rumor from his wife. He corrected her by saying that I'm a beautiful, well-educated wife and my parents are educators. That's a little embarrassing for me, you know. As you can see, my husband is very sweet. You are absolutely right. That's the head of HR. That's the manager's wife. Wow, you change your mind really easily. Unbelievable. You can trust me. You never know who's listening, so watch out for your words. You're right. You are indeed the manager's wife. Hey, enough. You're creepy. Will you stop talking like that? I can't. By the way, I have a favor. What? Could you raise my husband's salary or promote him? I don't know anything about his work. It's none of my business. That's not true. The HR manager is a really nice person. I'm sure he'll listen to his wife's suggestion. Since you're a beautiful woman. Why don't you support him? It's your job to handle the family finances, isn't it? I am supporting him, but lately his salary has gone down. Oh, I heard he took a pay cut. That must be tough, isn't it? What? He told you? No way. My husband wouldn't tell me personal information like that. I heard from your husband. My husband? What did he tell you? He got a pay cut for having an affair with a receptionist at work. He asked me for help. That's not what I can help with, right? Huh? He had an affair with a receptionist? Having an affair at work is a bad idea. I was speechless when I heard about it. Having an affair with a receptionist? What's that? I didn't hear anything about it. Oh, you didn't? You didn't know? I shouldn't have said this. I'm sorry. I can't believe it. You mean he was cheating on me? I think that's what it means. I don't think it's anything to be surprised about. I'm surprised. There's no way he cheated on me. Damn. Is that something you can say, even though you had been cheating on me for years? From my point of view, you got what you deserved. I was young back then. What goes around comes around. Oh no, this can't be. Anyway, I think you and your husband should talk together. Once again, let me tell you first, there's nothing I can do about it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Even though she stole my ex-husband, they seem to have a bad relationship. I have mixed feelings about it. Well, it's nothing to do with me now, and yet she keeps trying to drag me into her mess. I just want her to get me out of her head. We're getting divorced, I see. And I have a favor. A favor? I was wondering if your husband could hire me. I'm looking for a job. Like I told you before, I am not involved in my husband's business. Don't say it like that. I am in trouble because my husband kicked me out. I have no money and nowhere to go. Please help me. He kicked you out? Why? He's the one to be blamed, right? He found out about my affair too. Huh? You guys are just like each other, aren't you? Don't say we're the same, we're different. You guys are exactly the same. Oh no, please, I have no other choice but to beg you. I'm sorry about the past, I was wrong, so please help me. Let me tell you again, it's none of my business and there's nothing I can do about it. I will not interfere in any way with my husband's business. You'll have to look elsewhere. Well then. Don't say that. Please, 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 please help me. God, please. Mrs. Kate, please. After that, she couldn't give up on divorcing him, so she went to his company and had a fight involving the receptionist with whom he was having an affair. In the end, all three of them were taken away by the police. It's okay that they're just like each other, but I hope they don't cause trouble for others. How many times do I have to tell you, let's just get divorced? Same to you. Then, why don't you just submit the documents, then we can get divorced right away. How long are you making me wait? I'd like to, but I need things to do first. That's why I can't do it right now. Things to do? Are you talking about money? Yes. I'm not going to change the terms I gave you. I'll have all the joint savings. I won't accept anything else. That's exactly what I am not going to accept. You're saying you cheated on me, you won't pay me anything, but rather give you the savings and then get divorced? Yes. Can you think of something else? How convenient is that? Do you really think that's going to work? Of course it does. If it doesn't work, I'm in trouble. I won't give up on it. Me neither. Why should I give up? Why? It's not like you're suffering for money, so why not? The more you have, the better it is. I'm in more trouble than you are, so you can give it up. That way we can get an amicable divorce. You cheated on me and you want me to forgive you for free? Isn't that too convenient? Absolutely not. You'll have to take responsibility. Why would you do that? I told you I was sorry about the affair. You really are a narrow-minded woman. It's not about I'm broad-minded or narrow-minded. I don't remember you apologizing to me. It was your fault for cheating in the first place, so you'd better make amends. Otherwise, I can't divorce you. Don't be stubborn. Anyway, I won't accept it. My husband never came home after that. Perhaps he is staying with someone he is having an affair with. I don't care, but we have not been able to make any progress in our talks. He ignores my messages and refuses to answer my calls. This is too much trouble, so I've decided to leave it alone for a while. Hey, how long are you going to make me wait? The document. I haven't filled it out yet. It's been a while. Have you stopped being a spoiled brat? My girlfriend keeps telling me to get divorced. Please submit the paper. Of course, I will. After we're done talking. That's enough. I'll file it on my own. Don't complain afterwards, okay? Without permission? Forging documents? That's a big problem. Because I don't have a choice. You won't submit it. Well, I've told the lawyer not to accept it yet, so even if you forged it, it won't be accepted. You. Why have you done that? Isn't it obvious? Because I don't want us to get divorced without accepting your terms. Did you really think I'd do such a thing? You don't trust me that much? But you were about to do that a few minutes ago. Have you forgotten? Then just go ahead and write it down. How many times do I have to tell you that we need to talk first? What do you want to discuss? I don't have anything to discuss with you. About how you two can make amends. What's your terms? It's not a big deal. We'll split our joint savings exactly in half. Oh, ask your girlfriend how she's going to take her responsibility. I think this is pretty reasonable, isn't it? I need money. We're gonna have a baby. Right. Then we need to talk about it even more. You have to follow the rules of society so that you can be a respectable dad to your child. I mean, that's not... We have to raise a kid. Anyway, we need money, so I can't accept those terms. Please reconsider. I can't. It's none of my business. I'm not asking a lot. If you can't split it right now, then you can pay me back later. Look, We're getting divorced someday anyway. That's right. The sooner the better. How about we get divorced first and then talk about it? Nope. Are you crazy? Why am I crazy? I don't want you to run away. Running away? There's no way I'm running away. I doubt it. You lied to me and cheated on me. I can't trust you. There is a possibility of you doing it. But it's better to get divorced soon. I don't have to get divorced right away, and I don't need money right now, okay? If you don't accept it, we can go to the court. I don't mind. To the court? You. No other choice since we don't agree, right? It's just a difference between taking the case to trial after we live separately or taking it to mediation and then to trial. But it's going to take a long time to settle either way. I wonder how old your child will be when we get divorced. You knew everything and you're doing this? You dirty bitch. What? You're doing this knowing we'll be in trouble. If we don't get divorced, I'll be in trouble because of the child's family registration. So you thought if we string this out, I'll agree to your terms. That's why you're doing this. What are you talking about? Will you stop making accusations? I'm not making any unreasonable demands. You need to understand that you're the one who's making them. Damn, I won't forgive you. It was a few days later. Suddenly, I got a call from the landlord. Apparently, my husband's girlfriend was making a mess in front of the apartment. I called the police right away and had them take her away. Why aren't you at home? You called the cops? How are you going to take responsibility if something happens to her? She has a baby. Why don't you tell her that? It's none of my business. She's the one to take the responsibility if something happens. If you'd let her in the house, there wouldn't have been any problem. Can you at least be considerate? Unfortunately, I don't live in that place anymore. What? You moved out? Yes, I did. Why would I live in that house? What are you moving out without permission? That room was originally under my name. Besides, your stuff is gone now that you took it out, right? Even so, I lived there too. Yes, you did. The rent was so expensive. You were having an affair with someone and didn't spend any money to our living expense, so I had a hard time making ends meet. If you have a problem with me and want me to keep living in that house, can you pay me all the living expenses you haven't paid? Can I make a formal demand? That's a little... Then don't complain. Oh yes, I found a good lawyer, so let's have a proper meeting soon. I'm sure you'll hear from my lawyer soon. Lawyer? You. Hey, please, let's get divorced. We will, as long as you take full responsibility. That's what I've been saying all along. We're going to have a baby. We have to hurry up. Otherwise, we can't make a living. I'll divorce you today if we finish talking. How can we finish talking within today? I'm in a hurry. So what? That's what you get for not following the order, isn't it? None of my business. Please. We're not getting anywhere. Call me when you're ready to accept the terms. Your feelings haven't changed? Nope. Okay, I'll accept your terms. I'll split the savings 50-50 and I'll make her take some kind of responsibility. So please divorce me. Is that okay? Okay, and the apology? Huh? Apology for cheating on me. You haven't apologized to me once yet, have you? I've been waiting. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's taking so long for this. It's because you're stubborn. Which one of us is stubborn? You cheated on me. You wouldn't give up your savings. You've been pestering me all day. Do you have any right to say that? I'm sorry. I just wanted to save some money. But from now on, I'll make it right. I'll make amends so that my unborn child won't be ashamed of myself. Please do so. So please, divorce me, please. Understood. Fiona, thank you. I'm really sorry. After that, we talked it over with a lawyer and put into writing. So far, the money in the joint saving has been transferred to my account every month. I've told him that I won't forgive him if he delays even once, so I think he'll be okay. Now I'm going to find someone who will be happy with me this time.
Sorry for the sudden message. Nice to meet you. I'm Abigail.
Abigail? I'm sorry, but I don't know you. Are you sure that you're contacting the right number?
Huh? I don't think it's a wrong number. You are Gloria, right?
Yes, I am, but I'm afraid I must say that I don't know who you are. I'm really sorry.
No worries. It's understandable that you don't know me. We've never met anyway.
I see.
But your husband has always been very kind to me.
My husband? Are you Adam's colleague?
That's correct. Oh, yes, I understand now. So how can I help you? I mean, you're my husband's subordinate, so how did you get my number? Well, don't worry about the details. Actually, I contacted you because I have something to tell you, Gloria. What is it? It's too much trouble to go on and on about it, so I'll just tell you straight to the point. Please divorce your husband. What? Let me say it again. Will you divorce your husband? I don't get it. What do you mean by that? You're so stubborn. You need to use your imagination. I'm going to marry your husband. The problem is, polygamy isn't allowed in the United States. So, I wish you to divorce your husband. Did I make myself clear? Sorry, I still don't understand at all. You are my husband's colleague, right? Are you telling me that you are having an intimate relationship with him? Geez, how many times do I need to explain? I told you to use your imagination, didn't I? Of course, there's no way that I'm just going to end as your husband's subordinate. I'm currently dating him. I love your husband very much. That's why I don't want to be just a girlfriend anymore. I want to get married to him. What? I can't believe that you're dating my husband. Since when? To be honest, I don't remember the exact date. Well, it just happened. I mean, when I realized, it just started. What do you mean? Did it really happen by chance? My husband has never shown me any indication of that. Of course he was trying to hide it because he didn't want you to find out. You're so dull that you didn't realize. That's why you're a loser. So what you're telling me is true then? Yes, of course. You're so persistent. I want you to divorce your husband at your earliest convenience. Anyway, since I'm still not sure if you're telling the truth or not, I'll talk to my husband once. As you know, divorce isn't an easy decision to make. I think it'll be useless. Well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. What do you mean? Because your husband didn't want you to find out, so I don't think he'll tell you the truth, no matter how much you force him. I understand. Anyway, I'll discuss this with Adam. Well, be my guest. But if you're going to get a divorce, the sooner the better. Just do me a favor, okay? My head is in turmoil because of what I've been told. To be honest, I thought I knew Adam better than anyone else. And if I count from the time when we started dating, he has been with me for quite a few years. I believed that there was no way he would betray me in the form of adultery. So I immediately texted Adam. Adam, can I have a minute now? I really need to ask you something.
Oh, I didn't expect you to text me while I'm at work. How unusual. What's the matter?
Is there someone named Abigail at your workplace?
Yeah, I know her. What's happening? How did you get to know her?
I hate to ask this, but are you in a relationship with her?
She is just a co-worker of mine. I don't have any other relationship with her. What's this all of a sudden?
Really? Can I trust you?
You texted me out of the blue just to ask that? What's going on?
I just got a message from Abigail.
Huh? What do you mean?
That's what I want to ask you. She said that she's going out with you and wants to get married to you. She also asked me to divorce you. Could you explain what's happening?
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? It's all a lie. You have to believe me. You know better than anyone that I would never cheat on you, don't you?
I know, but it was so sudden and I was surprised. I got a message from a woman I don't know, out of the blue.
I'm sorry that you had to go through all the trouble. To be honest, I'm a little uncomfortable saying this, but it's true that I felt Abigail's affection for me. I admit that. But everyone in the company knows that I'm a married man. In fact, I'm even famous for being a loving husband. So there's no way I'd ever have an affair with someone or anything like that.
You're right. I'm relieved to hear that.
It's impossible for me to have an affair with a coworker.
But how did Abigail find out about my number?
That's a real mystery. I wouldn't want any weird rumors to spread at the company either. I'll look into it too, but really, there's nothing for you to worry about. I'll do my best to get home early today so we can talk about it when I get home.
Okay then. Good luck with your work. Adam came home on time as promised. Then, we had a good discussion directly and found out that it was completely Abigail's misunderstanding, just as I believed. It seems that she got my phone number from somewhere and registered me as a friend on WhatsApp. I decided to stop associating with strange people like her, but the relentless messages from Abigail continued. Hey Gloria, are you still going to stick around? Please divorce your husband as soon as possible. Did you discuss with him about that properly? Lately, it seems that you've been ignoring my messages too. Tell me why. Abigail, you know what? What happened with my husband is completely your misunderstanding. Can you please not get involved with us anymore? Me and my husband have no intention of getting a divorce. Huh? You're the one who must stop getting involved, not me. I'm really dating your husband. That's why I told you to back off. Just admit it. I don't think I understand what you're trying to tell me. I can't believe it that you still don't understand. Maybe it's because you're too old to think straight. Well, let me tell you something. Can you prove that you're currently dating my husband? I can't prove anything. It's just a fact. He said that he's dating me, so there's nothing you can do to stop him. You're just a sore loser. If you insist so much, why don't you check with your husband again? You're so confident about that, aren't you? Don't you get it? Your husband was just scared that if you found out about the affair, you'll end up in depression because of the shock since you're an elderly woman. For your information, I've already talked it over with my husband. About what? On the day I got the message from you, we talked it over. Huh? Are you serious? I thought there was absolutely no way you could discuss something like that with your husband. We're a married couple, you know. That's why we always discuss everything before making our decisions. It's not like we're in a casual relationship. Whatever it is, we can discuss it together. Don't you dare make fun of me. But still, it's useless. There's no way your husband would admit what he's been doing. He certainly denied about having an affair with you. See? I told you. What you've done was totally useless. But it's not like he's hiding it. He was really serious about it. We've known each other for over a decade now. I can at least tell the difference between a lie and the truth about my husband. He's a very honest man. You're so persistent, you know that? I know your husband better than you do. In fact, he spends more time with me than with you. Well, that's because you both are working at the same company. But it doesn't matter. Everyone spends more time working anyway. I don't think it's anything special. I know your husband better than you do. The truth is, he wants to date a young girl like me, not an old woman like you, Gloria. That's what men do, don't they? I think you just admitted that you're not dating my husband. Oh? So what? I love your husband more than you do. Just get a divorce. Then your husband will wake up and realize how much I mean to him. I'm sure he cares about me. You're such a silly woman, Abigail.
What did you say? I'm sorry, but there's no way I'm gonna divorce my husband. The fact that you fell in love with him means that my husband is attractive, and I'm happy for him. But he's still my husband, so please give up on him. There will never be a divorce. I'm not gonna give up on Adam. If you insist so much, I'll make you divorce with him. You better brace yourself. I had no idea what Abigail was going to do, so I was somewhat terrified. I showed Adam all of those messages. He reassured me that there was nothing to worry about as always. It seems that Adam had something in his mind. Gloria, are you there? Reply to me right away. Abigail, what is it this time? Don't pretend as if you knew nothing. You really know everything, don't you? I mean, it was you who planned all of that, right? Can you just tell me, why am I being transferred to a different department? What? You got transferred? Are you still going to play dumb with me? You must have arranged it somehow because you don't want to lose your husband, right? I didn't do anything. I don't work for the company, so there's no way I'm capable of doing such thing. Then why? Your husband said to me that I should stop bothering you. You must be the one who planned all of this. I told you that I'm not capable of doing such things since I don't work for the company you're working at. I just told my husband that I was having trouble since I've received some odd messages from you, Abigail. It seems that my husband was also troubled too. We decided to leave it alone for a while. Maybe my husband did something to make me less anxious. He always prioritizes me. Isn't that awful? I love your husband. Why should he treat me like this? It's just too much. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I don't think so. You were sending me those annoying messages, weren't you? If you have something to say, just say it directly to me. I don't know if this is what my husband told you, but I heard that your attitude at work is terrible. Don't say random things like that. I was working diligently. But you were always late and couldn't meet deadlines. On top of that, you made a lot of mistakes. My husband complained that everyone was in trouble because of what you did. Your husband told you that? What his co-workers did is the responsibility of the entire team. That's why he is supposed to take good care of them. He was just doing his job. Since he was nice to you, maybe that's the reason why you misunderstood him. Adam was only being so nice to me? Are you telling me that your husband was trying to get me to change my attitude towards work? Well, that's the way the story goes. Oh no! I thought your husband was nice to me because he cared about me. Isn't that usually the case? I don't know. Well, maybe that positive thinking of yours is a good thing. But that's the way it is. So why don't you try to fix your attitude at work? Please don't contact me anymore. Then please convince your husband. You can do it, right? Are you kidding me? If you ask him, he might tell the HR to prevent me from being transferred. My new position is in a warehouse. I can't work in a dry, dusty room every day from now on. I'm giving up on your husband, so please do something to help me. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do it. I don't think my husband can either. He's not eligible for that. Why? Are you still angry about what I've done? I already apologized to you, didn't I? So forgive me. You should understand that your work attitude was the main reason why you were transferred in the first place. It's nothing to do with your approach to my husband. Don't you think you need to fix it from there? Isn't that a natural thing as an employee? I should just work hard from now on and fix it, right? Why don't you just give me one more chance? I know I keep saying this, but I don't work for the company. So, no matter how many times you ask me for help, I can't help you. I told you to ask your husband to help me. Why don't you just have your husband go talk to my boss? Actually, my husband is reading this message right now. No kidding! Really? I'm sorry. I'll work diligently from now on. So please ask the HR department to cancel the transfer. Apparently, that's not even possible for my husband. Why not? Because it was his boss who decided on your transfer. Besides, it seems that your coworkers are also having a hard time working with you. What? It's how I do my job, so my coworkers have nothing to do with this. It's everyone's job to improve the atmosphere in the workplace. It seems that your coworkers often ask the supervisor for advice about your bad attitudes. Is that so? You're kidding, right? I only heard about it, so I don't know the details. But you're spreading snacks on your desk at work, and you don't even know how to talk politely. Because of that, the company has received complaints from their clients. But it looks like you've never reflected on your own behavior. So instead, your coworkers always took care of it. I feel sorry for them. No way! But that doesn't mean that I have to be transferred, right? My husband's supervisor was asking a lot of questions about your behavior and performance. My husband can't lie to his supervisor, so he told him the truth. It seems that the transfer was the result of your bad attitude. Oh no! I was doing my job perfectly! I guess you were the only one who thought so. I'm sorry for you, but you'll just have to start from scratch at the new place. There's nothing I can do to help you, but if you feel bad about what you did, just hang in there from now on. I hope you can help my husband with his job someday. Goodbye. Due to her own big misunderstanding, Abigail is now working hard at the warehouse while complaining every day. I think she's lucky that she didn't get fired because of what she has done. I was kind of relieved to hear that she decided to work harder than before. I'm still getting along well with my husband, and we are planning to go on a movie date this weekend. Cecilia, I felt kinda bad, but I saw your payslip. $700 a month? Are you kidding me? What a parasite! Ambrosia, you never learned from your past mistakes. Looks like it's time for you to start bullying me today. What did you say? Are you making fun of me? No, I'm not. I was just telling the truth. Unfortunately, I'm busy right now, so please leave it for later. Bye. Hey, I haven't finished talking to you yet. I told you that I'm busy, didn't I? I don't have time to deal with you, so please make it quick. You really have a nasty way of talking, don't you? Don't talk to me like that. I was just trying to educate you who has no skill of being a good wife. I'm a very kind-hearted person. Are you trying to educate me by disturbing me while I'm busy with work? Yes, indeed. So, you think it's part of your discipline to throw away my personal belongings on a regular basis? Stop kidding me. I did a cleanup for you since you are lazy. I want you to think of me as a hardworking and grateful mother-in-law. I can only say that what you did was extremely annoying. I threw away your balance ball today. You don't use it anyway, do you? What? It's just a waste of space. You haven't lost any weight, right? Oh, I see. So that's what you mean. What are you muttering to yourself? Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, from today, instead of using a balance ball, I should be bouncing on you since you are as fat as a ball. Huh? Surely that would save space, and I'd feel good too. Well, I'm fine with that. That's not what I mean. Are you crazy to come up with such a thing? You're such an incompetent wife. No matter how many times I tell you not to throw away people's things, you never learn. You are definitely more incompetent than me. I beg your pardon? Watch your language, Cecilia. That's not the language you use towards your mother-in-law. I see. Looks like you don't have enough IQ level to understand my words. I got carried away. Sorry about that. You're being rude to me since we started our conversation. I'm sorry. I should have said it nicer. Ambrosia, you shouldn't throw away other people's things. Do you understand? How was that? What a disgusting woman you are. You're such an annoying daughter-in-law. I feel sorry for my son since he has picked the wrong wife. Yeah, whatever. How can you act like that when you make only $700 a month? If you're a good wife, I think you should help out a little more financially. I think I'm much better than you, who doesn't even put any money for food or utilities. At least I'm putting in both. I cooperate enough for the family finances. I'm old enough to retire, so it's fine. In your case, now is the time to make money, and you're still in your 20s. You should work more. Don't be so cruel. Oh, did I just hurt your feelings? Then I'll say more. No, that's not what I meant. I think you misunderstood me to begin with. Shut up and listen. People with modest incomes are the trash of society. They are as disgusting as scorch marks on a pot lid. Incompetent, or rather parasitic. They have no reason to exist and live. I can't believe you said that. You are too harsh, you know. I'm a very strict person when it comes to educating a useless wife like you. Do you understand? Understand what? You're so worthless. All you have to do is to be obedient to me. So you want me to be your maid? I'm glad that you finally understood that. You are incompetent, so you have no choice. I see. I won't be at peace if you say I have no choice. You were so irritating. What a silly wife. Are you done bullying me for today? Let's end this now. I've had enough. Don't end it on your own. Sorry, I should have said it nicely. Ambrosia, the fun is over, so go to your room and get some sleep. How dare you make fun of me? It really pisses me off. Anyway, I've got work to do. Don't call it a job when you're just playing with a camera and making a few bucks. You're so cocky. Don't talk to me like that. I work with pride as a photographer. It's a noble profession. Get out of that trashy job since you don't earn enough. It won't do you any good. What did you say? With what my son earns at a prestigious company, both of you should be able to live well enough. Frankly speaking, you're no better than a parasite if you can only earn a very modest income. Ambrosia, there are limits to what you can do. Cecilia, stop talking back to me. If you don't shut up, I won't treat you kindly. I won't tolerate you either if you don't behave yourself as a good wife to my son and do me a favor. You need to work harder. I have warned you. The rest is up to you now. I'll make you kneel in front of me for sure. Remember that. My name is Cecilia. I'm 27 years old and I'm a freelance photographer. I take great satisfaction and pride in my work. My husband, Kenny, is 29 years old. We met when his company asked me to take pictures for their website. We just got married 6 months ago after dating for a year. I had a good relationship with my mother-in-law, Ambrosia, at first. But as soon as she found out that I lost my parents when I was very young and grew up in a foster care after that, she turned into a scary demon. As you can see. So I tried my best to avoid her since a long time ago. But 3 months ago, Ambrosia fell in the yard and sprained her ankle. I decided to move in with her for a limited period of time to take care of her personal needs. Since the sprain has already healed, I can kick her out at any time. She has been alone since she lost her husband a few years ago. I continued to live with her since I thought that she must be lonely. However, I cannot allow her to disrespect my work. I have conveyed my anger to her, but she has not heard me at all. I had managed to put up with her up to this point. But finally, it seems that she has crossed the line. Your dirty underwear is so disgusting. What? I can see them flying out of the window. What do you mean? I'm just literally throwing your underwear out from the window one by one. Excuse me? I can't believe you did that. Please stop acting like a child. It's so fabulous to see underwear raining down on the boardwalk from the third floor of an apartment building. I wonder what the passers-by will think. I'm not kidding. Please pick them up immediately. Stop bullying me. The neighbor's wife is looking at me. Looks like she was so surprised. I have to tell her that those are my daughter-in-law's dirty underwear. Ambrosia, what are you doing? If there are people around, go pick them up quickly. I don't want to. If you want to pick them up, why don't you do it yourself? I'm an hour's drive away, so I can't do that. That's too bad. You'll have it all scattered by the time you get back. They are trash. I locked the bedroom, so how did you open it? I did it with an electric saw I rented from a store nearby. You deserve that. Huh? I think you've gone too far with the way you bully me. Oh, there's a middle-aged overweight man picking at your underwear with a single-minded determination. How pathetic. Oh no, that's disgusting. Make him stop. I told you that you should do it by yourself. Why don't you just come home now? Enough is enough. Do you realize how insane you are? This is the correct way of education. It's your fault for not listening to me even though you're my son's wife. If you want me to stop, then shut up and be obedient to me. You're not supposed to do that. You've already understood who's superior to you, haven't you? From now on, don't disobey me and give me all your salary. Then I'll think about forgiving you. Huh? My son's salary is enough to live on. You must give me everything you have, okay? That's the condition for being my son's wife. I will never obey you. Then I don't want you to be here. What? I don't need a daughter-in-law who can't even make enough money and defies me. Get out of here, parasite. I think you're the one who must get out of this house. This is my son's apartment, so it's also my house. You really are a brazen woman, aren't you? It's also my house since I'm Kenny's wife. We're a married couple. I'll have my son divorce you and find him a new and more reasonable wife. It was a mistake to let him marry someone like you. You think he will obey you honestly? The best woman for a son is his mother. If he had to choose between you and me, he would take me without a second thought. It's obvious. I guess there's nothing left to talk about with you. You finally understand your situation, don't you? You should have obeyed me sooner. Yes, I've decided. Once you've decided that, please leave as soon as possible. I'll finally feel better too. Now that it's come to this, I don't intend to get into a long battle. It's so unfortunate that you're being kicked out without having even a pair of underwear. Whatever you say, I don't care what happens to you. When you leave my house, you can go to visit the guy who was collecting your underwear. Hey, Cecilia, where are you? I just finished work. I'm on my way home. What's wrong? Just come home and unlock the house. Why should I do that? I just got back from a spa trip and the house is locked. Maybe my key is broken? I don't think so. House keys don't get damaged that often. Then why can't I use it to open the house? Looks like you're not very perceptive. It's because the lock has been changed. Changed? What do you mean? Didn't you think it was strange that I gave you a free trip without warning? You've been bullying me all the time, and there's no way I would treat you nicely after what you did to me. I thought that free trip was your way of saying that you're sorry for troubling me all the time. I don't feel sorry for you. I mean, why should I? I've done nothing wrong. What on earth is going on? You really are dull. It means that me and Kenny have moved out while you were enjoying the spa. That's why the real estate agent changed the lock. I did tell you to leave, but that was just you. Why has my son gone too? You said to me that the parasite who can only earn $700 a month should leave. That's right. I took a good look at the paycheck and was shocked at how little you earn. That was Kenny's paycheck. Huh? It can't be true. Don't lie to me. I won't forgive you if you make fun of my son. I put a copy of the paycheck into your travel bag. Please, check it now. What? I didn't look in here at all because I don't use that part of the bag, but... Oh no! There's a piece of paper in there. You can't just sneak something into someone's bag. That's what the thief does. Check the name on the paycheck and amount. It's my son's name, and the amount is $700. See, I didn't lie to you. Now you believe me, don't you? Tell me why. It can't be true. Kenny said that he works for a prestigious company. How can he have such a low salary? My husband quit his job right after we got married. Why? Shortly before we got married, he was transferred to a very busy department. His health was ruined because he had to do a lot of overtime work. Didn't you notice that? Come to think of it, he told me some time ago that he was transferred to a department. He said that he was exhausted. I couldn't stand to see him losing weight every time I saw him. I told him that I'll do my best to be the breadwinner of the family, so he could become a stay-at-home husband and take a good rest. I didn't care about what people would think about us. Really? My work as a photographer had taken off, and I had enough to spare. I thought I could support him somehow. But I never saw my son doing the housework. You're the one who always cooks. You cook awful food anyway. It's none of your business. Kenny said that he feels sorry if he ended up being a stay-at-home husband, so he decided to start working. I can't force him to do all the housework, so I help him with cooking. Are you saying that he does the laundry and cleaning too? Yes, that's right. My husband works from noon, so he does it in the morning. Is that so? I didn't notice it at all because he sleeps until afternoon every day. You often watch TV until midnight, eat snacks, and sleep like a baby right after that. That's why you ended up looking like a balance ball. That's not good for your health. Shut up! I don't need you to tell me what to do. So we left the house together after you declared that Kenny is incompetent. You even called him a parasite. I was wrong about that. Please, come back. What do you want me to do? The contract for that apartment has been terminated. You were the one who told us to leave, weren't you? Are you trying to bully me by changing the lock? Why would me and Kenny go to the trouble of continuing to rent the apartment after we have moved out? It's a waste of money. No way! Are you telling me that no matter how hard I try, I can't get into the house? On the contrary, if you stay there too long, the real estate agent might report you to the police for trespassing. Oh no! What should I do? Your belongings are in a rental storage room. It's unlocked, so why don't you take those and go back to your house? You can still live well enough on your own. I can't! Why not? I sold my house! I told you I was only going to live with you for a limited time, but it looks like you had no intention of leaving. You lied to me. I was planning to stick with you guys all the time and live a comfortable life. I'm too old to live alone. Is that what you were thinking? I'm glad I got out of there. Why don't you use the money from selling your house to rent an apartment? That was in a bad location, and the land was only worth a couple of $100s. I gave the house away for free because it wasn't managed properly. What am I gonna do now? I don't know. That's the price you must pay for being lazy. If I don't do something, I'll end up living in a rental storage room. How pitiful of me. Unfortunately, that won't be possible since the lease for the rental storage room will be terminated soon. That's terrible! Don't be so harsh on me! I warned you, didn't I? You didn't listen to me, so it's your own fault. I'm sorry I treated you badly, so please forgive me. Your apologies are as annoying as a littered cigarette. You've never considered my feelings, even once. I'm sorry. I'll help you with the housework and everything from now on. My husband is perfectly capable of doing the housework, so we're not going to live together with you again. Don't say that! I'm sure that Kenny will help me. Kenny said that his mother doesn't need a son whose existence is as meaningless as the scorch stuck to the lid of a pot, so he decided to cut ties with you. That's not true! It's too late to say anything now. I've been calling my son since a while ago, but I can't get through to him at all. Why? I want to talk to him directly. Kenny said that he blocked your number just now. I'm sorry for you. I can't believe this is really happening. I'll block your number too. Well then, goodbye. I'll give you some snacks I bought during the trip. They're so delicious. Please don't abandon me. By the way, the money for repairing the bedroom door, the discarded underwear, and the free trip has been collected from my mother-in-law's savings account. She must have been in such a hurry that she forgot all about the money she had hidden away. I put the remaining money inside the rental warehouse. The rest of the money was only $2. It's only enough to buy a sandwich. She was a terrible mother-in-law. After that, Ambrosia was pestering the neighbors of the apartment building to tell her about where me and my husband live now. After being told that she would be arrested by police, she ran away. She got angry and made a fuss when she tried to check our address at the city hall and was refused. She's so childish. Later then, we found out that since my mother-in-law was a housewife all her life, her monthly pension isn't enough for her to live a decent life. The apartment she rented for herself was a ramshackle building which is as small as a rental storage room. She could not afford to have extravagant meals. She spends most of her time eating vegetables. I think it is good for her since she can lose some weight with that. My husband and I moved to a distant place. Recently, my husband has taken up cooking and my share of the household chores has dropped to almost zero. I'm very happy every day when I go out to take pictures since I have my husband's home-cooked lunchbox with me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!